Question: who do you think will be the biggest enemy that you will have in this life? You see, the Bible says things like, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, rulers of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. It says things like, resist the devil and he'll flee. It says things like, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you, right? It gives us all these wonderful methodologies against our enemies and adversaries, right? But against the flesh, the Bible says things like this: kill the flesh, crucify the flesh, give no provision for the flesh. You see, we don't play with flesh, we take it out. Our greatest enemy is ourselves. It's you versus you. If you've read about Jesus praying in the Garden of Gethsemane in Matthew chapter 26 and Luke chapter 22, you'll see that it's Jesus praying in this garden, right? And he's praying to God. And basically he's telling God, if it's possible, take this cup of suffering away from him, meaning he didn't want to die on the cross. It's a painful death. And then he tells God, but nevertheless, God, not my will, but yours be done, right? So who is Jesus praying against when he tells God, not my will, but yours be done? Because Jesus is also God. So how could it seem like in this passage that the will of Jesus and the will of God is different? This prayer may seem confusing at first, but you have to remember that Jesus is God that came down in the likeness of sinful flesh, right? So Jesus is God in the flesh. So when Jesus says, not my will, but yours be done, he's saying, not my flesh's will, but my spirit's will be done. You see, Jesus ain't praying against the devil right here. He ain't praying against a demon right here. He ain't praying against an evil spirit. He ain't even praying against a Pharisee right here. Jesus is praying against himself. Because the devil, remember, he did not know that the plan was actually for Jesus to die on the cross and rise again. No demon knew the plan. No enemy of Jesus knew the plan. Heck, the disciples barely knew the plan. The only enemy at this time that seemed to know the plan and was trying to counter against it was himself. His flesh knew the plan. You see, there are times when the devil doesn't even know the plans that you have, but your flesh knows, and that's more dangerous. There are times when the devil doesn't know what will make you stop reading the Bible for 2 weeks, but your flesh knows. There are times the devil doesn't know what will make you stop praying, but your flesh knows. There are times the devil doesn't know what will make you step back into that addiction, but your flesh knows. You see, in the Garden of Gethsemane, we never hear about the devil sweating blood. Nope. We never hear about a demon or a Pharisee sweating blood because Jesus was praying so hard. Nope. But we do hear that Jesus was sweating blood from himself. He was contending, fighting against himself. His soul had to choose between the flesh and the spirit. He was not praying against the devil. Was it not Jesus who said in that same night that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak? Notice the devil wasn't even in that equation. He didn't say the spirit is willing, but the devil is strong. No, he never said that. You see, the devil can't really do much without a man's flesh giving him access. Between you and your flesh, the devil is just like the third party. For God to save our souls, he didn't have to kill the devil. No. What'd he do? He killed himself in the flesh, metaphorically and then literally. It's you versus you, and that's how Jesus saw his life. That's why he never told us, if you want to follow me, you have to deny the devil, carry your cross, and follow me. No, he gave you the blueprint of his life. That's why he said, if you want to follow me, you have to deny yourself, then carry your cross, then follow me. You see, God never told Adam that, Adam, in the day that the devil makes you eat of the fruit, you'll die. No, he said, Adam, the day that you eat the fruit, you will die. Notice God never even mentioned the devil there. Why? Because he was giving us the real battle. And we know the spirit can't sin against God. So when God told Adam, the day that you eat of it, you will die. Which you was he talking about? Which you of Adam ate the fruit? It's the same you that Jesus was praying against in the garden. The flesh. The devil didn't shove the fruit in Eve's mouth. All he did was make Eve fight herself. Imagine a world where everybody could deny their flesh perfectly like Jesus. The devil would be essentially powerless. He would barely be brought up in conversations, I'm telling you. The battle is you versus you. And you need God to fight this battle because only God knows you better than you.